Okay, Fraser Valley homeowners are losing about $457 per day right now. I'm going to show you how I came to that conclusion, and I'm going to give you my opinion on it. So first off, I'm going to show you the HPI. So at the start of the year in January, we were at $965,000. And this number is basically condos, townhomes, detached homes in all areas of the Fraser Valley combined to form one number, and we call that aggregate, okay? If you look at where we're at right now, it's $919,900. That's roughly a $46,000 drop. Now, as I've been saying, and people smarter than me have been saying, the HPI is understating what's actually happening. So if the HPI says we're down $46,000, you can bet that we are down more than $46,000. So I have another metric that I think is actually more accurate, and that is the BC sold price to assessment ratio. So this is the price your home is selling at in relation to the July 2024 assessment ratio. And as you can see in January, detached homes were actually selling above that July 2024 assessment. Apartments were selling right at it. Townhomes were selling slightly above. And on aggregate, we were 0.7% above that valuation. Fast forward to today. I can't use December because there's only 15 sales. We're 2 days into December, so I'm going to look at November. But you fast forward to today, on aggregate, we are selling 7.4% below that assessment ratio, which would be a much bigger drop than $46,000 on $970,000. And I think this is a lot more accurate than the HPI. Now, if we go to March, you can see that we're basically selling at 100% of the assessment ratio into March. And then after that is when prices started really coming down. The whole Trump thing started shortly before this, or the tariff thing started shortly before. This is where everything went to shit, basically, was March, okay? So I'm going to calculate these numbers going from March onwards, okay? And if we look at this number right now, 92.6%, so 7.4% below what we were in March, basically. And I go from the prices in March, $974,400. Let me screen record this so you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. So if I go 974,400 times, we fell 7.4%. That's $7,200, $105 in lost value. March to current day is 8 months at an average of 30 days per month. That equals 240 days. So if I divide this by 240, on aggregate, homeowners in the Fraser Valley are losing $344 per day right now, okay? Let's say you own a detached house. You're losing 7.3% since March. And actually, it's more because, again, the assessed value is actually higher than 100% in March. But let's be conservative. So I'm going to go to detached. My apologies. March, $1.505,500 times 0.073 divided by 240 days. You're losing $457 and basically 92 cents per day right now if you own a detached home in the Fraser Valley. Let's say you own a townhome. That is negative 6.7% since March. That would be $833,700 times 0.067 divided by 240. If you own a townhome, you're losing $232.74 per day. And now for the fun one, apartments, which are down 10% just since March. We're going to go to apartments and go to March. 540,900 times 0.1 divided by 240 is $225.38 per day. Now, again, I remember apartments in Surrey Central that were $430,000 in June that are selling for $388,000 today. So there's going to be areas that are far worse than that, where you're losing a lot more money per day. There's going to be areas that are holding up better than that. Again, that's kind of just the aggregate Fraser Valley number for specifically apartments. And this has been the issue for sellers all year long, basically for the last 18 months, is every week. So like, for example, if you own a detached home, you're losing, like, what is that? 457 times 7. You're losing $3,200 a week times 4. You're losing basically $13,000 per month. Every month you're not sold when you own a detached home. So everybody wants to try the higher price, right? Like if I say to somebody, hey, your condo is worth 450,000, you might want to price this at say 465 or 459. Everyone will want to try 475, or they'll want to try 485 or 499 first for 3 weeks to a month before then reducing. And the problem is after that month, like for example, if you own a condo, what did I say? It's like $200 per month, 225 per month or something like that. It's like 540,000 times 0.1 divided by 240, $225 a day times 30 days. You're losing $6,800 a month, right? So now instead of selling at 450, you're going to be selling at 443, right? And you already didn't like 450 when we initially talked, right? So this is the struggle right now for sellers. You're losing money every single day. Now for buyers, right? Because a lot of people say, hey, well, if the market's going down $225 per day or $450 per day, why don't I just wait another week, wait another month, wait another 2 months? And sure, absolutely, you can keep waiting, and that may not be a bad idea. Or you can just write an offer and price in future losses. I have a client who bought a 2-bedroom in Abbotsford, almost 900 square feet, 2022 build, AC, backs onto a green belt for $488,000 in May in Abbotsford. And I still can't get that deal. That condo still doesn't exist today, right? I still can't get that now, 6 months later, right? So, I mean, if you're somebody who's looking to get into the market and you want to move, but you also are worried about losing a bunch of money, just, if the condos are going down 1% per month, maybe just price in 4 months of losses, right? Try to get that condo with 4 months of losses priced in so you have that cushion, right? There's going to be a day where the prices stop falling. But, for the sellers, because a lot of the conversations that I have is like, oh, well, I'm going to wait to reduce my price until the next rate cut. Well, I don't see any reason for the bleeding to stop anytime soon. It might get like a little bit better, or it might get less worse, right? Like it might, instead of condos falling 1.5% per month, they might start falling 0.75 or 0.5% if a whole bunch of buyer demand comes back into the market next year. But we still have so much inventory. So the prices I don't see any reason for them to stop the bleeding anytime soon. So if you're a seller, I would keep that in mind, that you are losing money when you put it on a by the day basis or a weekly basis. That's kind of what you're losing every single day, every single week. And obviously it hurts more when you actually see the numbers broken down like that and you understand that every day you're losing money. The sooner you sell, the better if you are planning to sell anytime in the near future. Obviously, if you're okay holding this condo for 5, 6, 7, 8 years and you're fine doing that, then just hold it, right? Just hold on to it. Like I said, there's going to be a day where the prices are going up again and people like real estate again. Right now, the prices are down. People absolutely hate it, right? And if you're thinking about selling anytime in the near future, the sooner you sell, the higher the price you're going to get. And for the buyers, because I can already see people in my comments getting pissed off that I'm telling people to just write an offer instead of wait. If you want to wait, just wait, right? I'm not telling anybody to go out and buy right now. It's just you guys forget that there's this whole cohort of people that are done waiting and don't care what the prices are doing. They don't care about making money. They just want to own where they live because they have a German Shepherd that is far above the height restrictions of 80% of the complexes that allow pets. And then even when you find an apartment for rent that's within the 20% of condos that do allow you to have a German Shepherd in the building, now the guy who's renting the condo doesn't want somebody to rent a condo and have pets in their rental condo. You're forgetting that there's people out there who have very specific needs that rentals can't meet. And there's just people who just don't want to rent. Like I'm one of those people who just, I don't care. Like I'll buy into the market even if it's going down because I know I'm going to live there for 10 years just because I don't want to rent, right? So I'm not telling somebody who doesn't need to buy to go out and buy, right? Like, I'm speaking to the people who have already made up their mind that they want to buy, but they're worried about falling prices. If you think the market's going to fall, let's just say it keeps falling 1% per month, which is kind of what it's been doing. Well, it's pretty realistic to price in 4 months of potential losses on your buy, right? If you think a condo is going, like, for example, just write your offer. If a condo is roughly worth 400 grand, just write your offer at 4% less, or try to get the condo 4% less than 400 grand. That way you've priced in 4 months of losses and you kind of have a cushion there, right? But again, if you don't want to buy or you're very worried about falling prices, then just wait. But for the people out there that are ready to buy, they want to get out of mom and dad's house, or they want to upgrade their lifestyle, they're tired of waiting, then just write your offer, give yourself a cushion, a couple months of losses. But that's the sitch today. Appreciate you for watching. If you want to chat with me about buying or selling real estate in the Fraser Valley, link down in the description. Otherwise, I just appreciate you for watching my content. I'm that Agent Kelly. I'm making moves to move you. Peace.